Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing the second attempt of using this dip powder. In today's design, we're going to be doing our first Valentine's Day design. So for my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, like, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So I'm starting off by doing step 1, which is the prep bottle. And again, as I've stated in my previous video, that's more like a dehydrator. So I have this extra dip that the nailsupplyinc.com company has given me as a gift for the certain number of purchases I've made. I believe it's either like $25 or $35 worth of an order. I don't know if they're still doing that, so you may want to check them online. If you haven't seen my video of my unboxing, you might want to check that out. It has their information on there as well. So I'm doing step 2 of this kit, which is applying base coat, and I'm applying it 3/4 of the way up just because when I did my product review the other week, I had done it all the way up to the cuticle to where at the end of the work that I did, it was a little too bulky near the cuticle area. So I'm going to do this for, I think I did that for the first 2 coats, and then for the next 2 coats after that, I did the full nail. This is the 4th coat that you're looking at right now, and as you can see, that red with the glitter is just so super pretty. What I like to do is just let that powder settle in there for a little bit, just because when I in the beginning just put that layer on and poured the powder over it, I feel like there were spots that didn't get in there, and it left kind of these little divots. So I felt like just keeping that powder sit on there just for a few seconds allowed the powder to just soak in and adhere better. So I'm just gonna do the same technique for the remaining nails. And again, these are 4 coats. So we're getting a decent amount of thickness onto this nail. I mean, for me personally, it's not as thick as you think it would seem. It's definitely not as thick as it was in the last video, surprisingly, because in the last video, I did 3 coats. So I don't know what happened there, but it's probably because I had the 2 top coats after that, or at least the 1 top coat after that. I don't know what happened actually. Huh, that's interesting. But I'm finding that this nice layer of powder is definitely protecting my natural nail underneath. And as you know, I'm going to be trying to grow out this hand. It's about that time in my life where I can't stop saying that I'm terrible with my nails and I can never grow long nails. I'm going to try to start doing what I need to do to get these nails at a decent length. So now I'm applying some activator, and after this I'm going to be applying base coat again. And once this is all, and it's very fast too, this is going to harden up and then I'm going to give it a good file. I wanted to mention that with the previous design that I did on this hand, I did do my regular routine of nail removal, And I'll tell you that with the polygel, builder gel, and soft gel tips, I would soak my nail for 30 minutes in the nail remover to ensure that everything just slides off. And I did the same thing with this dip powder. And when I removed the foils 30 minutes later, everything just came right off. It was so super crazy, so super amazing. And I only had to do a super light buff because it was pretty much clean after that. So for those that are concerned about not damaging your natural nail underneath, I would definitely recommend doing a dip powder system. Of course, I do not, if you want to maintain this safe removal, I do not recommend putting a tip on it because then obviously you're using nail glue and I don't think that's going to help you any. But let's say, for example, in my case, I'm trying to grow out my nails on this hand. So I can foresee at some point um, I will have a decent amount of tip on here. And when I back that up with the dip powder, everything should be fine. I'll have the length that I want. I'll have the thickness of the nail to protect that tip that I want. So, yeah, if that's something you want to look into doing, I would definitely recommend that. For me, I like to use all things. So I definitely love to use the soft gel tips, but I don't want to get too comfortable using soft gel tips. So, later this week, I'm going to be posting the 5 systems video. I'm going to be showing you how I do polygel with dual forms, which is still not that great. I have my soft gel tips that I like doing. I have the full tip of polygel that I'm going to be using, and builder gel, and lastly acrylic. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting video because I feel that I have been getting used to the soft gel tips. And when I was trying to sculpt, even like polygel was the first system that I've used starting this channel. It took a minute, but I've become very good at sculpting polygel. I mean, especially with the Gelish polygel, it's really easy to do. But I've been doing soft gel tips for so long now, or at least a year, that when I was doing this video, not this video, but the one that I'm going to post later the week, that was just a little difficult for me because it had been a year since I've sculpted a nail. So, and that goes the same for builder gel, because if you've seen my videos in 2020, I ended up loving builder gel over polygel. And builder gel, if you've seen videos on that, it tends to look very complicated. But my theory is once you get it and you practice with it, it's, I think, hands down the easiest thing to do and the fastest system to do. I mean, aside from soft gel tips, but we're not going to be talking about that. Sculpting wise, I do like builder gel better than polygel, and some think it's a nightmare, so to each his own, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing those 5 systems, and it's gonna be so interesting to see, because I do like to try different ones, because you never know how you're gonna like a system. Like I said, like I love the soft gel tips, but in the beginning I was very apprehensive about it just because I don't like using, you know, the pre-made tips, because they're not always going to be the perfect fit, and you're gonna have to file down some stuff. I mean, it ended up being something completely different. So, yeah, just trying these 5, you'll be able to see what system works for you. And I know there are people out there that love dual forms. I am not about that life. I don't know. I mean, I've already tried it twice, and then granted, it's only twice. But as you saw, I just I was just struggling with dual forms, and the video that I'm gonna be posting is all gelish products, and I was happy about that because I love their polygel. It's nice and firm, so I thought that using the dual forms with gelish polygel was going to be a lot better than what I had been using, and it was, but it's still not my cup of tea. So I'm looking forward to posting this video. I really enjoyed it. So I'm just filing the last nail here. I wanted to include this because I think it needs to be done even though it's dip. Just because you still want to make sure everything is balanced. You can assume that putting on an even layer of base coat and then dip powdering it is going to be okay enough. But it really isn't. And that goes for any system other than soft gel tips, just because they're pre-made and they're already smoothed out. But I like doing this to every system that requires it, just because I can't trust that I'm going to do a nice application. I mean, I would love to hope that there's a moment in time I can apply polygel so super perfect that doesn't need filing, but it always needs a certain amount of filing. So after nail cleansing my nails, I am applying a coat of top coat, and I'm going to be applying these heart decals. Now, I haven't been whipping out the gummy jelly and shiny for these short nails lately, only because for the size decals I'm using, I don't think it's necessary to pull out the big guns and shellac gummy jelly and shiny. And as you know, I'm like running low on that, and I obviously can get more, but I like to, you know, use up everything, and I just don't see using all that stuff for the decals, because on top of that, I don't like to file it off because it ruins the file the bit. So I like to, for these size decals, just put top coat so I can take my nippers and just clip them off. If I used gummy jelly and shiny for these size, which I've experienced in the past, then those nippers will never be able to get under those decals to remove them. And if I slip, I'm definitely going to be cutting myself. So when it comes to these size decals, don't use your best, you know, charm glue, rhinestone glue, whatever it is you normally use to keep those suckers on there, because those suckers are gonna stay on there for real. So for my index and pinky, I decided to do hearts on the cuticle area, as you see that I'm doing here. On the other ones, what I'm thinking, or what I thought about doing, is doing heart bouquets. So I have the gold, I have the rhinestone, and I have the iridescent sequin hearts, and I'm going to bind them together with stems, and it's going to end up becoming my heart bouquet. And please do not mind the crackly voice now, because this is about the second time that I've been doing this voiceover, because when I did it the first time, for some reason, this app did not save my voiceover. And I hate when that happens because then, this is a 20.5 minute video. So I'm just talking and talking for 20.5 minutes straight times two. And my voice is starting to crack. My water bottle is like very far away right now. I mean, not super far away, but I guess I could just pause and get it and come back. But no, I'm busy. I'm in the flow. I'm talking and I want to get it done. And if I get up while I'm talking, you're going to hear all that. This, my friends, is the life struggle as a YouTube vlogger because you have to have it super quiet. It's just other sound distractions, and I don't even know if you heard Dexter scratching away a while ago, but it's really difficult. And actually, I'm kind of glad that my husband now does it because when I was in New York City, I mean, and I'd have to apologize for like sirens and planes and, neighbors and all craziness stuff. But like when I was doing it at the time, my husband was working and I had midnight shifts. So as I'm like doing a voiceover, I have to like kind of whisper. And it was a difficult life because at the time he didn't understand what I was doing. So it was always like, what the heck? Like, why do you have to do that? Especially at this hour. Like, I like to do it at night because I have a lot of stuff going on during the day. And at night, I do a lot of my work because when everybody else is awake, i.e. my husband, like I do things with him. So I like to wait till everybody, i.e. my husband, goes to sleep. So it was just a difficult time. And now it's like, it's over a year and he has his own channel as well. So it's nice that I can tell him like, oh, I'm just gonna do my voiceover. Oh, okay. And I close the door and I can do my work, I can record, and it doesn't have to be at night. I could do it like whenever, and it's working out pretty well. So if you have a YouTube family, immediate family, leave a comment below. I hope that there's some of my viewers out there that kind of can relate to having family members do YouTube channels. I think it's kind of cute. And it's a little competitive too. I have obviously like a year up on him, but I think I'm crushing it. I don't know. But anyway, so as I'm talking, I'm not describing that I'm using Black Shadow by Gelish, and I'm just drawing some thin lines from the bottom tip of those hearts down to the center of my nail, and I'm binding the hearts together in a heart bouquet. After I had cured all that, I'm going to apply a clear top coat just to seal everything in. Again, these are small decals and I'm not using my gummy jelly and shiny, so I just want to make sure that I seal those charms up. After that, I'm going to nail cleanse that, remove the sticky layer, and we all know what's coming next. My Cuticle Oil by Gelish, applying that to each nail, and we're going to rub this in. My hands have been so badly dry this season, as they normally do, and I haven't been really good to them. So, I really need to try putting lotion on my hands. But here's the end result. I love this dip powder. It's so subtle, but from this distance, you can see the little silver flecks shining through. And I love the hearts on the cuticle area. And here's a close-up of the design. Again, it's like a bouquet of hearts. We've got the gold hearts, the rhinestone hearts, and the iridescent hearts. And again, look at that dip powder. It's just shimmering. It's super cute. I love it. Well, there you have it. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And join me again this week when I post my video doing 5 different nail systems, so you can comment and see for yourself which one you think is the better system for you. I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.